Beats Planet.
And we back. What's happening, y'all? It's Voch Lombardi. We back again. I'm here with the defensive tackle extravaganza episode. What do I mean? The other episodes, I'll drop like 8 guys, 7 guys, 6 prospects or whatever, maybe like 5 or whatnot. We got 15 prospects, not 15. 15 prospects today. Notice I had to bend my head back and scream when I said 15 prospects, okay? So without further ado, let's get right into it, all right? Starting off with my first defensive lineman prospect. Now, mind you, I did this definition in my edge rusher video. I'll do it again. I consider edge rushers as 4-3 defensive ends and 3-4 rush outside linebackers, right? Those are edge guys. Defensive linemen are 4-3 tackles, 3 techs, 1 techs, and 3-4 everybody with their hand in the ground. All right, that's ends and nose guards, okay? So, that being said, my first guy is DeForest Buckner. He's an optimal pick when it comes to 3-4. He's a 3-4 defensive end, but if you put him in a 4-3, he can damn sure play 1 tech. He can probably play some defensive end in a 4-3 too, but we got him listed here as a defensive tackle. DeForest Buckner, man, very big, very athletic, 11 and some change inch hands or whatnot. Huge dude. Constant pressure, very athletic, can rush the passes. 40 time wasn't great. Don't worry about it. His 10 was just fine. DeForest Buckner I think he's a better defensive lineman than Joey Bosa, but that's my business. And I think he's going to get drafted before Joey Bosa, but that's my business. And when you look at it, and I'm just saying, I think he's just a tad bit better than Joey Bosa, but that's my business. And I think DeForest Buckner is going to be a better prospect in the NFL than Joey Bosa, but that's my business. Anyway. Yes, DeForest Buckner from Oregon. He's that dude. I'm going to link a video to him later on. Y'all can check that out and make that decision on your own. Number 2 guy, Sheldon Rankings from Louisville. He had a very great Senior Bowl. He had a great Senior Bowl, man. He definitely rose amongst the ranks of the other defensive tackles in this draft. Sheldon Rankings, man, once again, constant pressure. He pushes the pocket very well. He's athletic enough to chase people. He never got moved backwards. Great with his hands. I love me some Sheldon Rankings. Very disruptive dude. Very violent guy. DeForest Buckner's a very violent guy too. But Sheldon Rankings from Louisville. He's worked his way into the top 5 conversation. He is my number 2 dude. Okay, number 3, my pet cat. Let's talk about Andrew Billings, people. When I say Andrew Billings, the only reason he's not the best defensive lineman in this draft. A lot of people feel like he could use a little more technique. A lot of people feel like they don't like how short he is, his size or whatnot. Andrew Billings moves people. Andrew Billings moves people. He moves grown men from point A to point B. A to B. He moves them beyond their free will. I think Billings might be the most disruptive player in this class. That's my opinion. Y'all can have your own. Okay? Now, you teach this kid a little bit of technique. You teach him how to stay at home and not run on field every time he whoops people, and how to, disengage blocks a little bit better. But he's disruptive every time. He's always in the backfield, always chasing people down. Love me some Andrew Billings. If he's there in the second, he might not be. But if he's there in the second, I snag him quickly. My number 4 dude is Jaron Reed. I'm just going to call him Jaron. My dude, Jaron Reed from Alabama. What you see when you watch a film? Quick hands, quick, powerful, violent, explosive, strong hands. When he gets his hands on you, he extends. You're not gonna touch him. If you allow Jaron Reed to get his hands on you first and extend his arms, you are not going to touch him. I promise you. And he's gonna get rid of you. He's gonna find the ball carrier, or he's gonna find the quarterback. you're not gonna have a good time. All right, that's Jaron Reed though. I like the kid, man. Do I like him better than the top 3 guys? Nope. That's why he's number 4. He plays next to another very disruptive young man, a cat named Ashawn Robinson. Now, a lot of people have him as the number 1 prospect, not number 1 overall, but the number 1 defensive lineman because of his upside. Okay. He has great potential. I'll give him that. He doesn't have a lot of moves. He doesn't have a lot of great technique, but he's very strong, very big, very disruptive, very athletic. If you can teach him some moves, he may be a beast to deal with, but he ain't got them moves now. And there are guys on this list that has those moves right now. Pardon me. We have guys on this list that have those moves right now. So, that's why I got Ashawn at number 5 here. One of my pet cats. Let's talk about Jonathan Bullier for a minute. This dude can play defensive end. He can play 3-tech. If you put him in 1-tech, he'll hold his own. Jonathan Bullier from... I didn't know we was doing free agency already. Jonathan Bullier from Florida. Yes, Florida. He's one of my pet cats. Another disruptive dude, man. Always in the backfield. You teach him a little bit of technique, he's gonna rock your world too. I think he's worked his way into the first round conversation. I thought some people had him at the 3rd round last year, but I think he's worked his way into the first round conversation. Late first, maybe early second type of guy. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, would I take him? Hell yes, I would take Jonathan Bulliard at 34. Yes, I would. Jonathan Bulliard is that type of dude, man. He's one of my pet cats. I like him. Talk about Vernon Butler from La Tech. Stocky dude. Unlike guys like Jonathan Bulliard and DeForest Buckner, who are athletes, he's more of a trash can full of dirt like Sheldon Rankings and Andrew Billings. You know, he's a bigger, heavier dude. Is he a fat guy? I wouldn't say he's a sloppy, I can't move type of dude because he can move, but he is a bigger guy. He's in the upper part of the size conversation. But he's very disruptive, good with his hands, more violence. A lot of these guys are going to be the same dude. A lot of these guys are going to be the same. They're going to have the same traits. It's just how well they utilize those traits. And the same can be said about number 8, Kenny Clark, and number 9, Austin Johnson. Kenny Clark from UCLA and Austin Johnson from Penn State. All those guys, they're all good with their hands. But where it starts to tee off a little bit is that Austin Johnson, he has a lot of stalemates. That's not bad. If you're a defensive lineman, stalemates aren't bad. It's just that those top few guys, they move guys backwards. Okay? Now, if you're a defensive lineman, you don't want to go backwards. You don't want to lose ground. You either want to stalemate or you want to get penetration. Okay? These top 8 guys, DeForest Buckner, Sheldon Rankings, Andrew Billings, Jonathan Bullier, Ashawn Robinson, pardon me, I was out of order there. DeForest Buckner, Sheldon Rankins, Andrew Billings, Jaron Reed, Ashawn Robinson, Jonathan Bulliard, Vernon Butler, Kenny Clark, they don't go backwards. They go forward. They get penetration. You know what I'm saying? But Austin Johnson is a stalemate type of guy. You know what I'm saying? He'll hold you at the line of scrimmage. Austin Johnson is one of those dudes. Chris Jones, balls out, is one of those dudes. But that's just comparison or whatever. But let's get to number 10. Keep this thing on track. I know I got off track there for a minute. Pardon me. Robert Kimdichie. Snitches get stitches, dog. But don't worry about it. It is what it is. He has a little problem with synthetic, do your Googles, marijuana or whatnot. But very athletic. Very athletic dude. He could probably be the best defensive lineman in this draft. But he takes plays off. He's not good with technique. And we don't know if he loves football. All red strikes. That's why Robert Kimdichie is number 10 to me. Number 11, Adolphus Washington from Ohio State University. He's one of the 27 Ohio State prospects coming out this year. Adolphus Washington is another one of those stalemate guys. He doesn't really get a lot of pocket push all the time. He can push the pocket. He does it. But he doesn't get it all the time as much as these top 8 guys. But he is a pretty much I stalemate, get penetration sometimes type of guy. Adolphus Washington is a very serviceable guy that you can get in the middle to second rounds, middle to late second round, maybe early third round guy, Adolphus Washington. Sheldon Day, one of my pet cats. Why? Because he's everything I just named in these other few guys, but if you add motor, Sheldon Day is fast. He's not fast, but he moves for a big dude. He moves for a big dude and he keeps moving. He constantly puts pressure on the ball carriers. He's a very tiresome guy for whoever's blocking him. If he's blocked, he's gonna keep fighting. A lot of these guys, when they get blocked, they just stay blocked. But Sheldon Day, when he gets blocked, he keeps fighting you. A lot of guys are gonna like that. Sheldon Day in the third round, possibly, yes. Number 13, Chris Jones from Mississippi State. This kid go balls out, man. Balls to the wall. He puts it in the ground, man. He's going to slide in this goddamn shit. I'm playing, man. But Chris Jones, man, he's another one of those stalemate guys. He has violent hands, though. He has good hands, and he's very athletic. But he is one of those I stalemate more than I push people backwards type of guys. That's not a bad thing. You know, everybody can't be elite. But Chris Jones is he's a very interesting prospect. He can get a lot of movement. He's probably going to be another late third round guy. If he came out in another draft, he'll probably be a first round guy. And that's to say a lot about these guys, you know. Malik Collins from Nebraska. Something I say about Malik Collins? His stalemates look funny, okay? When he comes off the ball, he doesn't necessarily have to engage all the time. He likes to hand fight. He likes to set up guys. When he comes off the ball, he'll stutter step a little bit and wait for you to commit. Then he'll gauge to see how you commit your block first, to see how he attacks your block. Okay, but he has good extension on his arms as well. Yeah, he has Malik Collins got some arms on him and some very strong hands. The same could be said about my number 15 guy, Hassan Ridgeway on Texas. Both of these guys, Malik Collins and Hassan Ridgeway from Texas, both of these guys are if they would have stayed another year, or if they would have been around for next year, they could have been number one guys, man. They just happened to be in this draft of monstrous defensive tackles, and they just ended up at the bottom half of the draft. I mean, not bottom half of the draft, they're still third-round talents. I mean, their first-round talents are going to end up in the third round because of the sheer volume of defensive tackles here. This is going to be a huge run on defensive tackles in the second round. Look out for it. But Malik Collins from Nebraska and Hassan Ridgeway, they're both high-profile, high-talented guys. They were the man on their team. Like I said, it just happened to be with these guys. But anyway, I got a lot of defensive line videos you can check out. It's going to be all over the screen somewhere. Y'all check it out and cross that road when you get there. But great defensive line class, man. This is the best and deepest position in the draft class right now. So y'all definitely check those guys out. And hey man, tell me what you think, man. Leave a comment or something. Tell me who you like more, or who you don't like at all. But I'm Voch Lombardi, man. Follow me on Twitter, Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. Also join my Facebook group. Come in there and talk a little draft with us. Lombardi's Draft Talk, LOMBARDI''S. Draft Talk, Lombardi's Draft Talk. There will be a link in the description. And like I said, man, click on one of these videos, man, and go back and do your own research, okay? Voch Lombardi, y'all be cool, man. Peace.